Lee, I'm Amy. I really enjoyed your video on the pre-referral process, and I think we're pretty much on the same page. We know the stages, and we know why each stage is important. We know that the initial concern brings to light that a student needs to be observed, and that's when the team kind of starts getting together and getting to know each other, getting to know the student, and then, gathering the information and data for the child, observations, different work samples. And this is really important because last year was my first year at teaching as an intern, and my data collection was not the greatest. And this year it's, for a certain child, we needed that data. So it was a definite learning process. So I think a pre-referral process is a really good way to introduce teachers and the team the correct way to gather this data. So then when we go to the table, we have what we need without searching and pulling things and, being left empty-handed. So, we definitely agreed on that. And of course, the rest of them, I can't find my notes, sorry. But, the pre-referral process is very important. And there are issues because, you have parents, like I said in my post, they either want their child in SPED no matter what, they just want the service. And so even if they don't deserve it, or not deserve, I'm sorry, even if they don't need the support. You have teachers who have a child with a behavior problem. They're like, oh, put them in SPED, put them in the learning center, and then they're done. This pre-referral process, if you go step by step by step, we're going to find out what they really need. And then we can show the teacher, or we can show parents, hey, they don't need all that you think they need. They just need, like you had said, change up classroom management a little bit. That could be a huge difference. So with that being said, I do have some questions. You said that your pre-referral process is a little bit different. It's a little bit longer process. Now, with that longer process, are there any stages that you have to go through that aren't mentioned in the ones that we are talking about in this discussion? And do you feel that the longer process, are you covering different types of behaviors, or is there anything, I'd like to know what's the difference, and do you feel that the longer process, is it worth it, or is it just kind of delaying getting to that table and getting a game plan together? So that's really interesting, because if you feel it's more, you're doing due diligence with this longer process, it'd be really interesting to see what the different added steps are. And you're also right that just because there is a pre-referral, that's not a guarantee. It's just it's a jumping off point to say, hey, this is what is happening. This is what the student needs. And then hopefully that helps the parents make decisions from that point forward and help teachers realize that they might need to change something up in their classroom. And before learning more about this pre-referral, you're right, it's not a hurdle. But when you hear, oh, pre-referral, you're like, oh, more work. However, that work that you're going to do before you get to the table is going to be so worth it. And I think it's going to really bring a team together and make the decisions that are right for the students. So thank you for your post. Good luck in the rest of the class, and I'm sure I will see you soon. Bye-bye.